my family. But I got the feeling that, I want to come back, so I'm definitely ready.
Errol Spence might have been out of the spotlight for 3 years, but that doesn't mean he was just sitting around. Everyone's focusing on how long he's been away, but they're missing what was actually going on behind the scenes.
Even though he fought 7 times, I don't think he'll be sharper than me. I'm better than him. I'm a better caliber fighter. I'm just all around pedigree. It's gonna be a very tough fight. He's a balls to the wall type fighter, very tough. He has no quit in him. Super prideful. It's gonna be a very, very brutal fight. I'm sure he's gonna give it everything he has. And I just see myself coming out victorious.
Before we dive in, I checked our channel stats, and over 80% of you watching right now aren't actually subscribed. If you enjoy these boxing breakdowns and don't want to miss our next fight preview, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, it takes 2 seconds, and it really helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into it. Spence stayed in the gym, got his body back in shape, got his mind right, and waited until he felt the time was just right.
Is there anything you want to say to Tim? Because clearly some of the things that you've heard haven't sat well with you.
It's cool, but that's the difference between me and him. He's talking about his fight week, and he's in that mode. I've been in that mode, so I've been in that mode. That's why I didn't want to shake his hand. I've been in that mode. It's time to go, so let's go.
I said that his team that he had were clowns. If he had a trainer who knew anything about the rules and regulations of boxing in his first fight against Vendora, if they had any brains, they would have stopped the fight. He's still world champion.
I felt like Jeff was the one that I needed in this point of my career, this point of my life, and it's been a positive outlook ever since.
If I didn't train as hard, it's going to dawn on me during fight night. I'm kind of like a worry freak. It's only your fault when somebody exploits you and bring out that weakness that you already knew you had, but you didn't change the results. So it's better to do it now and not have to worry about your legs getting tired in the fight, because the fight's too late. I'm doing everything, training hard, sparring hard, running hard. I'm ready to fight come April 16th. I'm leaving, stones on.
He didn't want to rush back just for an easy fight to boost his confidence, because that's just not how he rolls. Every single workout, every round of sparring, and every small tweak was all about getting ready for this one moment.
Yeah, you got a twist. That's it, leave it at that. That's it. Good boy, just bring it up. That's it. I remember Tim from birth. I remember him being 3 months old and him having teeth and being able to eat meat. Me and Natasha and Costa, we all bungee jumped in Cairns. So we were very, very close back then. I've watched Tim grow up. I've watched him fight. I've commentated, 90% of his fights, and my job is looking after him. That's my son I'm putting in the ring now. I don't think that he's somebody else's child. I've got his life, his lady years in my head. I see a huge change in Tim, in his confidence, in his aura. I just think that he knows that he's got somebody who's going to look after him now. And then boom, yeah, make him catch first. He's got to catch, or he's getting punched in the face.
Now, that moment is finally here. This Sunday, inside the ring, we're gonna get answers to all the questions about his time off. This isn't just about showing he stayed active. It's about proving that every single day away from boxing was all part of the plan for this comeback.
Some people walk up to me and want to take a picture and things like that. They'll be like, "What's up?" Because I've been cut up for a while. People ask me, "Am I Errol Spence?" It depends on who it is. But sometimes if I don't feel like being bothered, I'll be like, "Nah." And they'll be like, "Man, you look just like him." I'll be like, "Yeah, I get that all the time." I understand I'm not a regular person. People can regularly see me at Walmart or Costco's or whatever. They can see me, with my family, walking, buying groceries, shopping, whatever. I'm not one of those guys, come in at a certain time or, tell the store owner I'm coming in so they can shut the place down or whatever, I like being amongst people and just, being a regular person.
That's it, all distance, Timmy. 2 legs fast. If there's one thing I'm working really, really hard, with him is on his foundation, having his feet in the right position, because if you've got good foundation, you're very hard to move. And the most important thing is when he's finished punching, he doesn't jump back and be in the line. If I can get him moving to the sides and doing those kind of things properly, very confident that we're going to be victorious on July 26th. Boom, here, bang, after it. He's caught it. That's a good boy.
While Errol Spence was getting ready for his comeback, Tim Tszyu was taking a totally different path to get to this point. Long before this fight was even booked, Jeff Fenech was already a big part of Tim's boxing journey. He's known and trained Tim since he was a kid, so Jeff knows who he really is behind all the media hype better than almost anyone. Their bond isn't just from one training camp, it's built on years of trust, advice, and real experience.
Now he's had a lot of demons going to those last few fights, and he's been thinking of other things instead of just a fight. So my first and foremost thing is his mental attitude. You don't have a problem with Tim when it comes to training. You know that he's going to give you 110%. 5, 6. Sometimes a little bit too much, so it's better to have a little underdone than overdone. Time! Good boy. Excellent, Tim. One more? No.
Jeff, he's not going to try and change Tim, I don't think, as a boxer, but he's going to motivate him. He's going to get him ready. And, gee, it just sets the scene for such a big moment in Australian boxing, Tim Tszyu against Errol Spence.
I chose Bangkok for a lot of reasons. First, there's people from all around the world that train there, so we can get some good sparring. And the food is amazing. I also love it there because you'll see people and you think to yourself, wow, that's what I grew up with. It's a great reminder. And not just that, it's got great gyms, it's got great facilities, it's got great restaurants.
Now, heading into the biggest fight of Tim's life, that connection has come full circle. Jeff isn't trying to change who Tim is or build a brand new fighter. He's just focused on bringing out the absolute best in him, the guy he always knew was there, giving him the confidence, discipline, and mindset to step up on boxing's biggest stage.
He's been off for 3 years, so he's got a lot to prove. In 3 years' time, a lot of new faces arrive, including myself.
For the winner, this is going to put them back to the very top. For the loser, though, this is unthinkable. You lose this fight against a guy who people aren't sure about, and all of a sudden, everything you've built just sort of evaporates again.
I will be victorious.
I'm so confident that he's going to win. The guy that I'm training at the moment, wow, if this guy hits anybody, they're going to sleep.
He has a chance to rewrite history and change his whole life in one fight.
It's my whole future.
This is his legacy.
Show the world how great I am.
And that's why Errol Spence sounds so relaxed whenever anyone brings up his 3 years off. He doesn't sound like a guy looking for confidence. He sounds like a guy wondering why everyone else is making excuses. When the interviewer asked if the time off helped him, Spence didn't even hesitate. He basically said people are just projecting their own fears onto him because they need warm-up fights to feel ready, whereas he can jump straight into the deep end with anybody. That's classic Errol. No drama, no long speeches, just quiet confidence. I also loved how he completely shut down the whole Tim is trash talk. Instead of sticking to that, he admitted Tim's a solid fighter and even joked that he was probably just messing around when he said it earlier. That's a real veteran move right there.
Here at Errol Spence, Errol, who's got more pressure on them in this fight, yourself or Tim Tszyu?
I feel like we both have pressure, but it might be him because he's fighting in his hometown, and people expected him to put on a great show and a great performance against a guy off a 3-year layoff.
Yeah. What gets you the win in this fight? Is it your experience? Is it your ring IQ? Is it your jab? What's your path to victory in this fight?
I mean, you said it.
Is that how you say it?
I mean, yeah, that and amongst the other things.
Show respect, but don't give up an inch. Then you notice something else. Anytime someone tries to get him to talk about Jeff Fenech, Tim's strategy, or Derek James, he gives the exact same calm answer. He's not trying to win the interview, he's trying to win rounds. Meanwhile, he keeps reminding everyone that fans already know what to expect from him. Non-stop action and a great show. Honestly, that's how it's been his whole career. Even when Anthony Mundine came up, Spence stayed chill, laughed it off, gave him his props, and got right back to business. That's the side of Errol people forget about. He doesn't need to talk loud to prove he's ready. He lets everyone else hype up the drama while he quietly waits for the fight to start. Whether that confidence pays off or gets put to the test by Tim in front of his home crowd, nobody really knows yet. But one thing's for sure, Spence isn't letting anyone put pressure on him. He's just backing himself, and those are two totally different things.
Yeah, definitely. I think the 3-year layoff helped me recover and things like that. So, I think it's definitely gonna help me. I think it's just a mentality thing with some people. They just think because I've been out for 3 years that, I'm not the same person, or I'm gonna be a shell of myself and this and that, but they just projecting on me what they would feel because, they need tune-ups, they need to fight 2-3 lesser opponent guys to feel more confident about themselves. Where I don't have to do that. You can put me in there with anybody and I'm gonna come the same way.
The more you listen to Ronnie Shields, the more you realize this comeback wasn't built on wishful thinking, it was built on real work. First thing Ronnie asked Errol wasn't about titles, rankings, or Tim. It was real simple. Have you been training? Errol's answer changed everything, because Ronnie kept saying Spence never actually stopped putting in work. That's a huge deal. There's a big difference between taking 3 years off from the sport and taking 3 years off from fighting in the ring. Ronnie said most guys would show up completely out of shape after a break like that, but Errol was already pretty much in fight shape before camp even started. Then Ronnie did something I really respect. He didn't just buy into the hype, he tested Errol himself. He pushed him hard from day one, brought in tough sparring partners, watched how he took clean hits, checked his reflexes, and only then did he believe this wasn't just another old fighter chasing past glory.
I always tell people, man, don't judge, and I'm not one to judge anybody. I want to see what they have. I can't compare him for what he was. And like I told people, I say, he's going to be better than what he was. I say, if we get a full camp together, he's going to be a lot better than what he was before. And people looking at me like I was crazy. I say, well, you could think I'm crazy. I say, but you got to understand, this is a new, different era of Errol Spence. This is not the old Errol Spence. If it's not going to be something new, there's no sense in him doing it. If you go do the same thing he did before, then why do something now? So, and you're going to see something a little bit different.
Ronnie doubled down, saying, this won't be the same Errol Spence people remember. He's gonna be even better. That's a big statement considering who we're talking about, but trainers usually don't say stuff like that unless they've seen something the rest of us haven't. What really caught my attention was how little this team cares about belts or future megafights. Ronnie kept saying this comeback isn't about collecting titles. It's about Errol proving something to himself. Honestly, that makes a fighter way more dangerous to deal with. There's no outside pressure, no desperate chase, no need to impress anyone except the guy in the mirror. Meanwhile, Ronnie keeps saying the real pressure is on Tim, since he's fighting on home turf in front of his own crowd, while Errol's just showing up to execute the plan. Whether you agree or not, it's a crazy mindset. This doesn't sound like a team taking one last random gamble. It sounds like a team convinced they've unlocked a version of Errol Spence we haven't even seen yet.
After 3 years, it hit him. Man, I might want to do this again. But the intention is not to come back to try to win world titles. That's not the intention. He just didn't want to go out the way he went out. The intention is for his own personal self. That, I may fight 1, 2, maybe, but no more than 3 fights. He said, anytime I lose, I'm done. But it would definitely be no more than 3 fights.
Hearing Tim speak right after Ronnie Shields almost feels like watching the other side of a chess match. Ronnie's convinced Errol's coming in as a brand new fighter, but Tim sounds just as sure that he's leveling up too. What stood out to me wasn't just his confidence. Tim's always been confident. It was him admitting he actually feels nervous this time, and that he actually likes it. That's a dangerous mindset. He compared it to playing a casual game versus playing on the biggest stage, saying if he didn't feel nervous, something would be wrong. And honestly, I agree. The best fighters don't get rid of pressure, they use it to their advantage. Then Tim talked about blending everything he's learned over the years. Taking bits from his uncle, Pedro Diaz, and now Jeff Fenech. Suddenly, it's not about him trying to be Jeff 2.0. It's about building the most complete version of Tim Tszyu we've ever seen. I had to laugh when he said people who think he's just gonna copy Jeff's style don't have a clue what they're talking about.
Normal club games. Do they feel it's the same game, but they feel different to the players? If I wasn't nervous, then there's an issue. And there's a problem. But I feel it a little bit, and it's great. Honestly, it's so great to have this feeling. I'm not worried. I'm super confident because I know what I've done and what I'm capable of, and the condition I'm in, and how mentally strong I feel.
That's probably the biggest misunderstanding going into this fight. Tim isn't throwing away his style, he's building on it. He casually mentions that Jeff wants him to make it a rough, gritty fight, but then immediately points out that's just one piece of the puzzle. That's smart because you don't win in boxing by copying legends. You win by taking their advice and making it work for your own strength. He also admitted that in his last few fights, he was mostly focused on sharpening his jab instead of taking dumb risks, which makes you wonder if we've only seen a fraction of what he can really do. Throw in his move up to 160, how much he's grown mentally through some tough years, and his plan to eventually avenge his losses, and you realize Tim is looking way past just this one fight. Meanwhile, he's staying off social media, laughing off the drama between Jeff Fenech and Anthony Mundine, and looking completely relaxed. That's what makes this fight so good. Both sides genuinely believe they're bringing a brand new fighter to the ring, but only one gets to prove it under the big lights in Miami. Now it's time to see whose preparation was real and whose confidence actually holds up once that first bell rings. Errol Spence believes the time off made him better, while Tim Tszyu is convinced we're about to see the best version of him yet. Only one of them can be right. Who do you guys got winning this one? And does it end in a knockout, or are we going to the scorecards? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.